G'day guys, One Man Clan. It is, it's the day after Christmas. I really should have said this before Christmas, say Merry Christmas to everyone. But look, you know, obviously with Christmas coming up, I was busy with Christmas plans. So anyway, I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas. If you didn't have a fantastic Christmas, then hey, it's over. So don't worry about it. There you go. So there's an instant positive both ways. New Year's coming up. It's really weird because it sort of creeps up. Everyone's thinking about Christmas and presents. Oh, that whole thing. What should I get? And then people get you stuff, and you go. I've tried telling people, don't get me presents. I don't like getting presents. I don't like giving presents. The only presents I like to give is if there's something. Let's say I see something I know you, and I see something I think you'll like, and I spontaneously go, oh, so and so, he'll love this. Yeah, I'll give him that. Or one of my nieces or nephews, it's like, I'll give him that. Oh, he'll love that. Beautiful. And I know he'll love it. And, you know, but the idea of, no, the coppers. The coppers, you come to get me. Sorry, that was the cops. That's all right. But the idea of, you know, oh, you got to get something. You're going to the bloody mall. And I just refuse to do this now. I just like... You know, time's running out. Oh, do you think they'll like this? Do you think they'll like this? Oh, we can't go empty-handed. You've got to have this. Oh, geez. It's what a chore. I'll spend $100 on something that if I know you'll love it, and I won't think twice. But if it's $10 on something that you didn't really want, then I'll suddenly think, oh man, I wasted $10. Or even, you know, it's just a complete waste. And then of course there's the pressure. Someone gives you a gift and you're supposed to go, oh yeah. Oh, thanks. And you know, they went out there, you know, they felt that pressure, and then they got you the gift, and they're hoping you'll go, oh, thanks. And you're like looking at it like, oh, gee, I didn't really need this. And I did get one gift like that. And I'm like, what can you do? I mean, like, you know, I can't keep it a secret because I don't want the person to, they're not going to find out. Or just something I thought, oh, I don't really need this. And so, oh, thanks. And again, I've got to fake it. I can't say, oh, gee, I don't really need this. I've got plenty of these. But now I've got to, you know, and then you re-gift them. I don't know, it just becomes this whole thing, just people scared of someone, you know, if you don't get someone a present, then it means you don't love them. That's just this fear, man, I reckon. I mean, how much of gift giving do you think is, what's this got to do with AGR? I know, nothing, all right, nothing to do with AGR. I'm just saying hi and, you know, stuff. Anyway, I've got really nothing to say about AGR. I do, but I just thought I was just thinking, I thought I haven't had a chat for you guys for a while, and I always enjoy it. People do respond, and some people I know listen to these, and they might find it interesting. So what's happening with AGR? Well, we had a very interesting 2-4 September. Was it last week? Anyway, it was actually. I thought it was an interesting day because we did 245R, which I think is the definitive 245. Then we had we tried a different one, the TFC Classic Trick. Oh fucking hell! I'm gonna go through amber lights, but anyway, TFC Classic one, the TFC Classic 245, which is called TFC _ 24, I think. Look at this idiot next to me. Oh, these idiots. They're wearing masks in the car. I've got to get a camera. You don't have to wear masks anymore, and they're in the car wearing masks. Anyway. No, look at this idiot. Overtaking on the left. Jeez. That's right, I'm driving on the left, people. Australia. Driving on the left. It always makes me nervous overseas. I haven't driven that much overseas, but the few times I have, there's always this fear that when you turn a corner, a right-hand turn, I'll suddenly forget and veer onto the wrong side of the road and splat. I'll be like, oh no! Years and years of being on the left. Anyway, where was I? It's called TFC _ Fort, converted by Trickles, who did a beautiful job. It looks terrific. But the weird thing about the map is, this is all completely subjective. It's like, it looks good, right? It looks fantastic. It looks modern. It definitely does not look Quake-like. So anybody who hates Quake, this is the whole thing all the time. Remember, I'm trying to get away from this Quake look, trying to attract people not into. Oh, she's pretty. Trying to attract people that are not into I'm not into Quake. And when they look at those textures, they go, oh yeah, that's that old game. I don't want that. So I love the idea this is a new look. So anybody who's playing, listen, it's just a game, there's certain rules, it's a certain balance. Don't get distracted by, oh, it looks just like Quake. It is Quake, of course, it has Quake assets and things, but the actual gameplay is different. Anyway, so I like the idea that this looks visually like a different game. It's exciting. But it's kind of, and this is really subjective, it's got like a metallic factory looking, the textures are, they make me think of a factory. And I don't want to be in a factory, I like being in a castle. I suppose our castles are cold and clammy as well, so that's why this is just subjective, right? This is not fact, not, I don't like the feel of the TFC maps. There's a strange metallic factory look. They're more like a factory. And I want to be in a factory. Factories are not, I don't want to hang out in a factory. Whereas 2.5, for example, has got stone, which is much more attractive. It's got wood. It's got, some, obviously those rooms with the dripping thing, they're like, you don't want to hang around in a dripping room. See, Rock 2, for example, you got grass, you got bricks. It feels like somewhere you would be in people. It's somewhere for people. Somewhere for the people are supposed to hang around, whereas the TFC Classic, what's the TFC Classic? What's that called? It's not tautology, what's it called when you have TFC, which stands for Team Fortress Classic, doesn't even say Classic. Anyway, the TFC, did I explain this? TFC, for those that don't know, is TFC, Team Fortress Classic, which was a, look at this great monstrosity. How big is this building going to get? It's ridiculous. Stealing my sky, these skyscrapers. Anyway, I don't actually remember the timeline. There was Team Fortress, and then the Team Fortress team wanted to make Team Fortress 2, and Team Fortress Classic was an interim step. Was it part of Valve at that point? I think it was part of Half-Life 1. I don't remember. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying now. It's all like a factory. That's the point I was trying to make. And I don't want to hang out in a factory. And they all have that look about them. The colour scheme, I don't know. I did like the sound when you pick up you got the Half-Life. What is that? Anyway, I tried to. By the way, I tried to come up with my own sound for getting health, which I think someone spotted it. They knew where it was from. It's appropriated, meaning I stole it from someone. I copied it. It's from a song. Okay, that's my clue I'm giving you. You either know it, you don't, and the true music buffs out there will be able to go, oh, that's that, and the rest will be like, well, I don't know, it's just some sound, isn't it? Anyway, so although TFC is exciting, TFC 2.4 classic version, it's an exciting looking thing. It's completely, it's new textures. It's a whole new thing. It's even in the ramp room, they've got these metal. What do they call them? The metal walkways. They look, I don't know, something. I don't want to be in the room is not as. Maybe I'm just not used to it. Again, maybe you get. I don't know, like I said, this is just a taste thing. It's just, and also people maybe it's an adjustment thing. Maybe I would adjust it eventually, like him. I'm just talking about today, the first impressions, okay, which was metallic. I like the old 2.4, and also the lighting. I think it's too bright or something. Having said that, I do like the spiral going down to the flag room. That's the sort of not arches. It's not as boxy. They are exciting. They're more realistic. Feels more like a real place. But this is the thing. A real place versus an abstract place. I've discussed this before, this issue of, well, realism in maps. Are we trying to make a real world? Do we really want it to look real? And I read this interesting... I remember about years ago when I first started thinking about making maps for thought, should I make a map, and what is the future for this, and what is the ideal perfect map? For the future for this mod. And it's like, well, you play the latest games, they've all got this amazing realistic looking graphics and everything. It's like, oh yeah, that's the way to go. But then you think, is it? And this guy wrote this interesting article. Sorry, I haven't got the link. I'm just driving now. He made the point that a realistic, let's say you had a really realistic looking room, which was by definition means highly detailed. And the more details they are, although a screenshot would look fantastic, during the actual action, these are just distractions. Distractions from the... He was talking more like an outdoor setting with jungle and trees and houses. For something as minimalist as the 2.5. Move it, dude! You don't know if it doesn't get in the... In other words, a really realistic room... Yeah, I guess it depends if you're talking about an indoor sparse area with just high-res textures versus an outdoor area or some places. I guess it depends on how much clutter there is. But anyway, the point he was making was that realism is a lot of clutter, and it's not definite. It's harder to scan the environment. Although that might be more realistic, gameplay-wise, it won't necessarily be more fun. And this is the thing, at the end of the day, what are we doing? We're playing a game, and the aim is to be enjoyable, and it's a version of reality. It's not reality. And the reason the game is more fun than going out there on the street with throwing rocks at people is because certain things are different and clearer. Yeah, that's a whole other topic. We can get very deep on that. What else? I'm hoping to... What is this idiot doing? Jeez. What else? A couple of bugs recently. But one of them was not actually my fault. So, that's good to know. Navigator got kicked twice. I'm still worried about that. That's it. That's all I really got to say. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you had a great year. If you didn't, well... do better next year, man. I mean, I got stuff I wanted to do I didn't get to do. It's kind of not depressing. It's like daunting. That's the word I'm looking for. Confrontational. So I sit there going, geez, did I achieve this? No, not really. And some of the mods, especially for AGR, I look and I'm thinking, all right, let's go back into this. It hasn't been done, so I look back and, all right, where were we? When was the last time I discussed it? And I searched through my logs, and the last thing is 2017. It's like, dude, that was 3 years ago, man. Anyway. All right, I'm going to stop talking. I've got a new weapon. It's a stupid weapon. It's going to be dumb. And I'll probably save it for experimental Saturdays. I do, by the way, want to make a big distinction between experimental Saturdays and classic AGR on Sundays. So that way I can guilt-free premiere new stuff, new maps on more crazy, unpredictable, possibly bug-prone Saturdays, AGR, versus the classic, dependable, strictly formatted, beautiful, classic AGR, the weekly AGR sessions, the official ones on Sundays, which is nothing must go wrong, and more strict. And also, apologies, I've been a lot of politics lately. I've been discussing one particular game, and I was just like talking. I thought after a while, dude, you got your own bloody policy, which is non-game related, not during game. So, sorry about that. And a lot of stuff going on. Job discussing. Okay, at my destination, and you guys got better things to do. Listen to me talk. Hope you're doing great, and I'll talk to you. I'll see you at tomorrow's game. Bye.